This is carrying some weight. What up? What up? What up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It is Monday, and it is Mad Monday with the OG, the Young Knight,
Yes,
this
sir.
the tactical statistician.
Yes,
We
sir.
may have some more joining us, um, but I'm gonna go on and jump on into it because I have some asserted thoughts. You know, I'm gonna start this by saying if you spend your time
Mm-hmm.
as a black person wishing failure on another black person and his family, that's an issue you have with yourself.
So what you're saying is that's a personal issue.
That's some personal shit.
Okay.
Okay. Now this whole thing, what we saw over the weekend, with the Sanders family, the Sanders clan, the Sanders camp, was some utter disrespectful, blatant collusion, and I don't give a damn what anybody else think. That's what it was.
Uh-huh.
If you
Agree.
think otherwise, you're stupid.
Yep.
Okay. Um, Deon Sanders, who's arguably the greatest football player to play the game of football in the NFL,
Uh-huh.
has been successful in everything that he has done, from coaching high school kids to SID prep to college prep. You know what I'm saying? Created two schools for football. Um, Everything that he has done has been successful, including coaching in NCAA.
Mm.
Okay. Which that entire the coaching fraternity in that particular sector, yeah, I'm gonna get to them too. Fucking cowards. You know, you spend your time as a black person coming out of a culture, you spend your time hating on and wishing for another black man's failure. That is immature ignorance at its highest level.
Yep.
Okay. Then the NFL took it upon themselves to try to show Deon up, or teach him a lesson, or what's never, because it's no coincidence that Shadur got drafted by the number one team that was at the top of the list when Deon was asking what was asked what teams that he did not want his son to get drafted by, and Cleveland was at the top of that list. It is no coincidence he got drafted by that said team.
So is that the reason they drive 5 damn quarterbacks?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's the
The
game. That is game.
the other four quarterbacks right now are not even in this conversation.
Nope.
Okay, the fact, the optimal fact that there is wish for failure in a time where there's multiple conversations about black families, fatherless black families. Where there's always conversations about the need of the presence of a black father. You know what I'm saying, to keep the kid out of the streets, or help growing a family. You know what I'm saying, to guide a family, to nurture a family, to set in stone a path where they can be successful, which Deon has done for his family, for his boys, for many other boys.
Yep.
You know, and for people to be out here and having happy-go-lucky yay conversations, like he has done something wrong in his lifetime that warrants, uh, 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 high levels of hatred. We're talking about a God-fearing man, a God-like man, a man that wears his religion, his love for God on his sleeve.
Right.
Okay, it's funny how that works. Every person that is very Christian-like and wears their love of God on their sleeve, you always get a lot of pushback.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, Deon is an in-your-face type of individual. Right? When he's successful in something, yeah, he could tell you about it because he wants you to know it.
Yep.
And honestly, that's any individual. But seeing as how Deon did it at the highest level in multiple ways, in multiple facets, in multiple sports. Okay, and dealt with the push and dealt with the pushback. Hold on, Jay.
Go ahead.
And he dealt with the pushback. He dealt with the pushback in baseball. He dealt with the pushback in NFL. Okay, he cultivated multiple, businesses, schools. He guided many individuals out of trouble. He's been responsible for giving a lot of people, a lot of guys, second chances. Look at his coaching staff right now in Colorado. Every last one of them needed a second chance, and who gave it to him?
Prime time, baby.
Deion Sanders. Okay. But for people out here across the board, from Facebook to Twitter to Instagram, YouTube, with this angst in their heart, and saying he has no business being, putting successful children through school, through college, and having them prepared for life.
Right.
But is something wrong with that? Is that a crime? Is that a sin? Because obviously it might be. Let some of you all tell it. But if you are wasting your breath out of your body, coming out of your heart, with evil intent, with failure wishing intent out of your mind, out of a guy that has been through the realms of all parts of life and still come out on the light side of success and clearing a path and help clearing a path for not just his sons, but a lot of other hundreds of thousands of other parents' sons through schools, through high schools, through prep schools, through recreational, settings. Not just getting them prepared for a game, but getting them prepared for a life. And you have a problem with him? You need to find several couches, lay on, and talk to somebody about it. Because it's not only, it's sickening. It is immaturely, hypocritically sickening. To be out here hating and wishing failure on a man that comes from the same culture as you.
Right.
This is why we as a people, we as a culture, never get nowhere. Because we're too busy hating and killing each other.
Right. I agree.
It is sad. It is sad on so many fucking levels. If you have to excuse me right now, because I'm so tired of the ignorance. I'm so tired of the fucking immaturity. I am tired of people getting up in front of a goddamn camera and telling lies.
Yep.
And telling lies. You're just mad because this man was able to provide for his family, provide for his kids, and kept them on a path where they could be successful in whatever they wanted to do. And don't get it twisted. Neither one of them boys have to play ball. They don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
But they want to, and they were good at it.
Right.
You got people out here wishing them off their square, trying to knock them off their square. And you got these dumbass motherfuckers out here, with their pom-poms out, with their hated pom-poms out, wishing for downfall.
Mm-hmm.
If you are of that mindset, seek help, seek Jesus, seek something that will change your mind and your heart for you to be a better person.
They need to see something.
Because this crap that has been going on for the last 4 days,
how you
it
doing?
is sickening.
Good.
It is sickening, and it's pathetic. This is why we as a people will never be able to do anything. We will never be able to cultivate nothing or be successful or smart-minded.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're too busy trying to goddamn downgrade each other, kill each other, and wish each other goddamn ill will.
Yep.
And if you got a problem with what I'm saying, please unsubscribe from my channel. Please.
Thank you. And you won't be missed.
Because that means you're not a person, you're not a people, and you don't have the heart.
Nope.
You're a fucking coward.
No lies told.
Zero lies.
This is sad. This is sad. It is pathetic and it's sad.
Yep.
That you can't congratulate. You can't appreciate. You can't wish for another black man to be successful and his children to be successful as a people, for them to be successful as always, like you want yourself to be successful. This is sad.
Mm-hmm.
You go out here and you clap for draft stock falling. You clap for the other son didn't get drafted. You clap for and wish for this man to fall off at Colorado. It's just sad. It is sad and pathetic that you have that mindset.
Well, Sam,
That is a immature, ridicule, hypocritical ass piece of bullshit. If you running around here and you typing and you hitting and seeing on bullshit like that, if you running around here, you getting in front of a microphone and co-signing this kind of bullshit. It is sad. And you as a person, if you own that shit, seek Jesus. Because there's only a place in hell for you.
Mm-hmm.
well, the thing is, first of all, I want to give a shout out to the Cleveland Browns. Hey, y'all fan base, look, don't get mad at us. We just reporting the fact that y'all got a temptation rotation of quarterbacks. We didn't do it. Y'all did it.
Right.
Don't blame us. If you're mad, go talk to your GM.
Thank you.
All right. Number two, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is all about control at the end of the day.
Yep.
Because I'm gonna take you on a ride back to the 90s. Okay. Deon was that dude. Okay. Deon was a player who, mind you, played two sports simultaneously. Okay. Two different teams simultaneously. Keeping pace with Bo Jackson. I'm talking about in baseball and in football. The thing that he did, he became a brand. He stood on a brand, and he never wavered. And the NFL could not control him. He wasn't a do boy. He wasn't a yes man. He was, I'm going to get it done. If I say I'm going to do it, it's done. Don't worry about it. The problem is society don't like a man they can't control, period. Doesn't matter what you do. Anybody that's out, especially a black man, anybody that's out of control, they got to watch him. Why? Because you can make a difference. You can assemble people. You can make change. So when you hear that, when you see that, that is the reason why they called him prime, because he had prime real estate. He is a major prime investment, and he's prime entertainment. That man is a phenomenon. He's not just a football player, he's a phenomenon. And when they looked at his son, they're like, oh, here we go. So what they did was, okay, we know what team. See, you gotta think about it. When people set you up, guess what they do? They want to see what you don't like. Oh, well, Prime said he don't like the fact that he don't want his son to go to Cleveland. Okay, we're gonna make it so his son go to Cleveland. Simple and plain. But what y'all don't understand is this. That young man, and everybody knows he was the best quarterback in the draft. That young man, you just put a chip on his shoulder. You just gave him a reason to act like his father. You just gave him a reason. That's the problem. Y'all sitting up here thinking y'all hurting that young man. No. He's watched his dad. He's watched his dad go through that same BS with Colorado. He's watched his dad go through that same BS with Jackson State. You don't think he ain't learned from that? You don't think he took that chip on his shoulders? Oh, okay. Deon taught him to be humble. Why? Because guess what? You keep your mouth closed when people ridicule you, and then you go on the field and you show your complete ass.
Let me add something to that, cuz. Y'all, man. What's up? First of all, what's up with everybody in the chat? OG2. Listen, man. You know, y'all know the most amazing thing about all this?
What's that?
We more mad about this than he is, than Deon and Shador. They don't care.
That right. That right there.
Like I got some folks arguing with me right now about this Jax Ulbrich shit. Like,
we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
Okay. I'm a little bit ahead. Okay, but nevertheless, they more mad. We more mad than they is. They don't care.
That was another point I meant to bring. I mean, because Shador and Shiloh kept smiles on their faces throughout the whole entire process.
Having a good time.
If of all y'all haters out there, they were expecting this, because think about something. If they were not of the soul, mind, and understanding the situation, think about something. They were not there at the green room in round one.
Right.
They knew what it was. That's why they wasn't there.
Yeah.
And knew what it was.
But see, what pisses them off even more is y'all try to put a cap on Shador, and y'all don't think too much. Y'all don't think too highly of Shiloh. So when they both got drafted, it's like, they still got in the NFL. You still got to deal with them. And then what made it more egregious is, as soon as Shador gets in there in Cleveland, this man ain't even sniffed the scent of the jersey, and you got these goofballs out here talking about, yep, they about to cut Shador. No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Here's my thing. If you're that mad that his two sons don't have to work a day in their life, they're a part of a brand, and they're still NFL players, then I tell you what you do. Just because you suck at your job, don't get mad at them, because that's all it is.
Right.
85% of y'all listening to this right now, mad at your job, mad at your manager, mad because somebody telling you what you were, and you too chicken shit to go out there and find out what you really were and make it work.
These niggas can't even control their own goddamn kids.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You can't control your own kids. Motherfuckers out here goddamn walking around here throwing up gang signs and all that shit there, but y'all want to tell Prime how to control his kids. Don't get me started on that fake woke fugazi ass shit.
Like they only come out. They only come out when the outrage fits their little.
They just want to have something to be mad about. Motherfucker won't even go to a goddamn PTA meeting at their own goddamn kid's school, but want to tell Prime how to go to their own how to control his kid. Don't get me started.
Now I'm just gonna say this: take your little yarmulke caps with the Kente colors on it. Take your bean pie shapes and go sit on it, cause ain't nobody asking for you with your Minuteman march. We don't want to hear that shit. Cause guess what? Ain't there one of y'all contributing to their lifestyle? Not one.
And the thing is, it's too much emotion going both ways on that shit. Like, okay, all right, we already here's the thing is, I think we all agree to this. When you done already seen a movie before, why would you get mad all over again watching it?
Right. You already seen it already.
You done already seen the movie before.
Right. You seen the shit about 3, 4, 5 damn times.
But you know what? God then gave him an out.
Right.
It's called a neck, it's called an eyelid, and it's called a head turn. And a remote. You can cut it off, click it off, turn it, and not look at it and not pay it no attention, and it don't cost you nothing. Yeah. It don't cost you nothing not to pay attention to nothing that's going on right now.
Goddamn, go watch some reruns of Seinfeld. Have a
go watch that dirty paint dry on your wall. That's what you do.
Right.
Excuse me.
I'm gonna say this, because now that some of the emotional swelling has come down a little bit.
It shouldn't even been no emotional swelling though, OG. That thing.
No, because I'm over the immaturity and self-killing bullcrap of this of us as a people. Okay,
oh, yeah.
It is sad to watch Black people hate on and wish for the downfall of other Black people. It irks me. It pisses me off. You know what I'm saying? To be watching the naturally watching the reasons why we as a people cannot be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got folks treat their own family like shit. So don't be. I hope certainly you ain't inspired by this.
But Sam, you got to remember, it's a choice, not a circumstance. Yeah, it's a choice.
Yeah, and you're right. That's why I let you, while I was y'all was getting y'all assertion in. I gave myself a woosah moment. You know what I'm saying, coming off the opening thoughts. You know what I'm saying. When you take an open eye look at the situation, you have to go back 12 years and remember that Shadur was in Nike commercials with Deon.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Show. He was on a whole show.
No. I'm talking about back when Shadur was like the 12 and 13 and 14.
Oh, he was in middle school.
He was in Nike commercials with Deon.
Okay.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? So to watch them now and watching them that was my proud Black guy moment. You know what I mean? Watching how they was handling it. You know what I'm saying? All 4 days, you never saw them not smiling.
They smile every day.
You know what I'm saying? You never saw them not smiling. And even Shiloh cracked a joke about it. Man, what they doing to him? I already know I'm not getting drafted.
Yep.
Shiloh came straight out and said that in the video in the video on the IG Live. What they doing to him? Man, he's going on third round. He's the best quarterback in the draft. So I already know I'm not gonna get drafted.
Yep. But that's what
the whole time had a smile on their face. And when Tampa called him, you know what I'm saying, and emailed the contract, and made it, hey, ready to get to work.
That's what
these boys are born, bred, and groomed. You know what I'm saying, for this entire situation, this entire setup, and everything going forward. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna knock them off their square,
right?
You're not.
Mm-hmm.
Because Prime has groomed them in every corner, in every sector, in every part of development, not just as his sons, but you know what I'm saying, as a Black man going forward in life. It's just astounding. Like, we spend so much time wishing and praying for another person in our culture's downfall. Wishing for failure, wishing for non-success. It's just crazy. Mm-hmm. It is crazy when you're wasting time, energy, air, and breath on wishing failure on someone. You got that much hate in your heart, and you got that. there are several couches around the United States that you can go lay on and talk to somebody about that shit because that's on you.
Them couches ain't gonna help them. Them couches ain't gonna help them because this is a perfect example when being unbothered goes right.
Yep.
This is what happens. Y'all are more mad about their reaction to what you were trying to do versus what was happening. And guess what? Guess what happened? Not near one of y'all that hated on these men getting into the NFL got you paid.
Nope.
Not one. You ain't getting paid 1 red cent. But guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna tune in.
Yep.
Every game. You're gonna tune
we
in.
know.
You go, especially Shiloh, because he in the NFC South. You gonna tune in to see if he won, to see if he lost, to see if his numbers, to see with the criticism. Oh, you gonna watch. You gonna make him money anyway. Just by watching. You gonna watch. You gonna watch. You getting your Cleveland Brown, y'all getting your Cleveland Brown and Tampa Bay Buccaneer pajamas already. Y'all got them already ordered on Temu.
Now we getting ready to shift gears. And Truth, I'm gonna let you, slide on this one first because you've already put some out there on it. Jeff Albright son spawned idiot spawn out here and dug through the Rolodex and dials up Shadur a couple of prank calls. Truth, since you already, put something out there on it, run out there on that.
Yeah, I'll be about to pick you up in about 15 minutes, and Juan, you gonna pick up Mike, and we're gonna all ride and beat up Jack's Ulbrich. Let me tell y'all something, man. This is some folks just sit up here. You know what? Like my cousin always say, man, it ain't my job to understand stupid. Okay, the boy did some dumb shit. He went into his daddy's house. To my understanding, he don't even stay with his daddy no more. Went into his daddy's house, got some information, and called someone. That someone happened to be Shadur Sanders. He fucked up. He fucked up royally. To my understanding, he's publicly apologized to Shadur, and Shadur has accepted it. So hey, I'm good because if Shadur ain't mad, why the fuck should I be mad? Okay, it was dumb as fuck. Now Jeff Ulbrich is not gonna lose his fucking job. You dumb motherfuckers. You dumb motherfuckers. Say, boy, I swear to God, it's time. You dumb motherfuckers. He ain't gonna lose his fucking job because of some shit that happened in the privacy of his own fucking home.
Exactly.
You illiterate motherfuckers. Stop being dumb for shock value. Yeah, I got my thoughts on it. But hell, what the fuck gonna be done? What can be done?
Nothing.
Absolutely fucking nothing. Somebody asked me a question. Well, didn't we lose a draft pick because Kirk Cousins did this? I'm like, bro, don't tell me you that fucking dumb.
They gotta be stupid.
Yeah, they're court law.
Motherfuckers just ask some of the stupidest questions.
Hey Juan, they must have bumped their head on a bad rocks or something.
Don't be fucking stupid. Listen, and everybody keeps saying, well, he need to slap the shit out of himself. How the fuck we know he didn't?
He probably damn did.
Right. Trust me.
And like Stephen A. Smith said his son deserved his ass whooped.
How the fuck we know he didn't do that, Stephen A?
Exactly. He see it. This is some shit I be talking about.
That's the consensus.
We don't be knowing shit. How the fuck we know?
We don't.
That's the thing.
You motherfuckers give more of shit about. Now I'm about to go there. Now. I'm about to go there. Goddamn Sam, you done called me over here. I'm about to fucking go there. You motherfuckers give more of shit. Y'all give more of a shit about what the fuck happened with Jeff Ulbrich's goddamn iPad in the privacy of his own home than a motherfucker losing a game plan to the fucking Super Bowl on goddamn in Super Bowl 51. Same motherfucker y'all said was a fucking guru. Y'all suck the dingleberries out my ass for
Blood
this
pressure.
dumb shit. You stupid motherfuckers.
King Richie said definitely beat his ass. He almost
The,
did his
the,
job.
The fuck?
the problem is the problem is it's coming from a father. First of all, this is the thing. He ain't a kid. He 21 years old. He an adult.
Right.
He ain't
Grown
college.
ass fucking man.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Now this is the problem that I had because I'm coming from a father's perspective. First of all, many of y'all that know that work from home know you got an office. Okay.
Right.
And nobody closes their computer down every damn time they get up from the desk. Nobody. You leave it open, you leave it up so you can come back and do your thing. It's called your office. And this is where raising comes in it. First of all, you should have enough wherewithal not to go in your father's office looking for shit that don't concern you. College jackass. You went in there, and this is the reason why I can't stand the media. Y'all write articles, but y'all double talk in the articles. Y'all say, well, he unintentionally would. No, he
He
went in
unintentionally
there
did shit.
intentionally and did. You don't go in the room, look at the screen, get a piece of paper, write it down, and then prank call him. That's called intentional. Y'all
Also,
intentional. This lets me know y'all motherfuckers don't read at all. Second of all, if he my child, I'm gonna dragon punch him. Because here's what y'all not thinking about. You messing up my money.
Yep.
I'm supposed to be providing for y'all. Because guess what? I probably gotta pay for your college tuition.
Yep.
You walking doorknob. So I gotta sit up here and worry about that. But not only that, you disrespected the Blank family, the Sanders family, the Falcons organization. Now they're not gonna do nothing to Jeff Ulbrich because he wasn't there. He wasn't aware of it. He was out of the room. It's different if he'd have been sitting in the chair and his son did it. But for you to go do that, you wanted to go get one of them. You had a Beavis and Butthead moment, and you wanted to go in there and say fire, and then think everybody was gonna laugh at it. Now, it could have got worse. It ain't. But guess what you've done? You've now put a target on your father's back concerning his coaching. See, he ain't gonna get no fine. He ain't gonna get suspended. He ain't gonna get fired like some of you whisk broom head ass niggas is saying on the net. What you're doing is you're putting a spotlight on him. So now every time the defense don't do something, see, if Jeff Ulbrich's son hadn't done this, oh, y'all coming. I know you're coming. I know you're coming. Y'all can't wait. The first linebacker that don't tackle is his fault.
Right.
The first DB that don't cover is his fault. Never mind Raheem Morris. Y'all gonna go so far as to say the first pass that Michael Penix throw an interception on is gonna be his fault. Y'all dummies is coming. Y'all coming.
Well,
y'all typical.
they already been here because whenever we lose a close game, whenever I hear somebody say that, whenever I hear somebody say they shouldn't have told them churches down, like, or back when Matt Ryan was here, they ain't gonna do that here because he's married to the owner's daughter. Now Sarah Marsh is not the owner's daughter. You dumb motherfuckers.
They would believe that, won't they?
Yeah.
But here's the problem though. Here's the problem. This is what they do. This is what they do. And then you got the rest of us like, well, damn, here we go again. No, ain't the fuck here we go again. That young man showed himself. Now, mind you, he ain't gonna be able to get a job with the Falcons. All fathers would love their sons to do what they do.
Not him.
How you know your dad wasn't trying to set a precedent so that you could get an organization? The man ain't even been at the daggone thing for 6 months. 6 months.
Also this. Y'all know his dumbass friend was in there with him too, right?
Yeah. Beavis and Butthead.
So I wonder what his dumbass friend feel now. He got caught.
But no. It's not the fact that his friend ain't get caught. His friend's dad ain't in the NFL in a major NFL organization. That's why it wasn't nothing. Who gonna spotlight his friend? Nobody. If his dad working at UPS, who the fuck give a care about his dad working at UPS? They care about Jeff Ulbrich though, because guess what? Raheem got a you can't fuck it up season coming up. So that get more attention.
Guess what I read earlier, y'all?
We did it.
Guess what I read earlier?
What's that?
I read Muhammad Sanu did it a couple of years back. A prank call during the draft.
Yep.
Ain't nobody heard about that, had they? Anybody
He
heard about that?
tweeted
Hey,
that. Yeah.
anybody
Yeah.
heard about that? Hey,
Nope.
y'all ain't, to you
Yeah.
dumb motherfuckers out there, y'all ain't heard about that? Hey,
Nah, they don't read.
They don't read. They not
Yeah,
smart.
Yeah, they
he
don't.
tweeted that and said, yeah. And he captioned it and said, yeah, it happened. It happened. Somebody prank called me during my draft.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No. And
no,
so, no, it's that, which meaning that no, it ain't the first time this done happened. It's just the spotlight of it here in Atlanta. All things given, the coaching aspirations, as it were, that is going on, and
no
this is
motherfucker.
this is the light that you want to put on the team.
See, thank
You've
you,
been
Sam.
around NFL players all your life. Your dad has been a coach all of your adult life.
Yep.
You've been around stars. You've been around players. Okay, and obviously it goes back to the first topic, your hatred, because that's all it was. That's
Yeah.
all it was.
Yep.
That's all it was. You don't like somebody that's the same age as you, and y'all are eons apart when it comes to life.
Well, but look at this too. It wasn't good enough for the Falcons to have a decent draft. No. For some people, it's much more fun to talk about what we don't do right, what we can't
Mm-hmm.
get right, what we haven't been doing right. So it's like it really don't matter.
Ooh,
You in college
ooh,
because of your daddy, not you.
ooh,
You
ooh,
were a
one,
football player. Okay. So
one. Yeah.
now
Now you said
basically
that.
what
You said that it's gonna help pivot into the next point.
oh yeah. I'm gonna finish it, and you can jump right into it. What you basically said is you don't give a shit about what your dad is doing. You don't give a shit about what the provisions he's making, and you don't give a shit about the organization that he worked for. Me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's wrong with you. You look. You spoil walking sperm. You.
Yeah. And he was, and he did. Now speaking of
I
phony
finished off that goddamn bag. Please get the goddamn cookie with me. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not. I'm sorry. I got some goddamn sugar cookies over here. Had about 50 bags. I ate about 15 of them goddamn bags. Some goddamn sugar cookies. Somebody get these goddamn sugar cookies
Watch
away.
your
These goddamn
sugar.
sugar cookies.
Watch your sugar. We can't be picking you off the floor. Watch your sugar.
Some goddamn pepper farm
right
too, bro. Pepper farm, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Get some vanilla ice cream. Okay, I'm sorry. Y'all go ahead.
Mm.
Tell her,
now.
get the goddamn
Now
cookies.
we're
Take
gonna
the
we're gonna
cookies.
pivot some of this phoniness to the supposed happiness of this fan base about this draft. Stop lying. Stop
I know
lying.
exactly what it's doing.
Stop lying. Because all
Goddamn
of
cookie
y'all,
monster.
95% of y'all are only happy about this damn draft because there was a Georgia Bulldog involved.
Hey, Juan, you know
Terry
exactly what we talking
Fontenot
about, don't
Express. Terry Fontenot Express.
you? Go ahead, OG. Go ahead and
Okay,
call him
so
out.
don't sit up here and act like you picks from the second pick on down. Y'all don't give a fuck about.
Hey, Juan.
Y'all only happy because that damn first pick, number 15, was goddamn Georgia Bulldog.
And this all I heard.
Y'all don't
That's
know
not
shit else about what happened. Y'all don't care about how many needs we filled in. Y'all don't care about the athletes that are about to put on Atlanta Falcons jersey out of this draft, along with the talent that's already here. Y'all don't give a fuck about none of it. The only thing y'all are happy about is we drafted a fucking Georgia Bulldog.
Mm-hmm.
That's not true, OG. Some
The
people
hell if
really
it
do
ain't.
care.
The
Some people
hell if
really
it
do
ain't.
care.
And this all.
The hell
Hey,
if it ain't.
this what I read. Oh, the fact that this the first time the Falcons picked the Georgia player tells you how serious this franchise is.
You know
Yeah,
what?
you know what? You know what? You know what?
Yeah.
Y'all tell you really
See,
want my blood pressure to go high.
no, no, no.
You want my blood
I
pressure?
mean,
Who
you
said that? Who
know,
said that?
you,
Who said that?
wait. I got you. I got you,
Oh,
truth.
he
I
know.
got you. I
He
got you.
know.
I'm gonna tee it up for you. Now, his dumb ass.
Trying to kill me.
Again. You sit there and you said You tweeted, you commented. The reason why Sam can't keep me out of his shorts, it ain't got nothing to do with the Falcons. But you go and tweet some dumbass shit like that right there, and you wonder why your ass is on the summer jam scream every fucking week.
Oh Lord.
Ooh,
Same guy who said,
ooh.
same guy
Oh
who said he
Lord.
coming y'all to y'all event, by the way.
Every goddamn week. Okay, so when the goddamn Raiders, when the Raiders was in Oakland, so they didn't draft anybody from the University of Oakland. That made them unserious. They in Vegas now, so if they don't draft nobody from UNLV, that made them unserious. No, the Rams and the 49ers, if they don't draft nobody from USC or UCLA, that make them unserious. How stupid can you be? Huh? If the New Orleans Saints don't draft nobody from LSU, that make them unserious. If New England don't draft nobody from Boston College, that makes them unserious. Huh? Explain your motherfucking self, you fat ass, bald headed, monkey nut looking motherfucker. You always say something stupid every goddamn week, and you wonder why you ended up on the videos all the damn time.
Sam, don't talk about me like that. Sam, you hurt my feelings.
Well, here's my thing. It's one thing, and I'm not just speaking to that person I'm talking to. I'm just talking in general. See, it's one thing dumb. It's another thing to double down on being dumb. Okay, okay. If you dumb, that's cool. Okay, all right, because everybody's not.
And he right. And he right. Truth, you went out.
Type of situation.
Okay.
My bad. I stepped outside. When I got to raise hell into the cat. The cat just stood there and looked at me and turned his head sideways like a dog. But listen, I tried to tell folks on Thursday night. We didn't draft Jalen Walker because he was a fucking Georgia Bulldog. You dumb motherfuckers. We drafted Jalen Walker because he was the best edge on the motherfucking board when we drafted.
That part.
Period.
Simple
Not
and
because he
plain.
went to Georgia. Just so happened he went to Georgia. Y'all stop being so narrow-minded. Listen, blow your brain up. Stop shrinking your fucking brain. Because see, we all together in this fan base. Y'all make us look dumb. Do y'all know out of 32 fan bases, we are the 31st smartest? The only fan base that's dumber than ours are the Arizona Cardinals.
Wow.
Damn.
And that's saying something.
Right.
We're the
Right.
31st
And that's
smartest
saying something.
and the reason why we the 31st smartest because of you dumb motherfuckers.
Right.
They be out here saying dumb shit.
Because
Don't
look,
Because it's the first time
Don't
that
hit
we
sin,
have
bro.
drafted a Georgia player just shows how unserious the Falcons have been in history of the NFL. I try to give your dumb ass the goddamn benefit of the doubt, but you hit sin on shit like that.
Man, look at here, man.
hold
A lot of
on.
motherfuckers don't even be serious enough when they take a shower. A lot of motherfuckers don't even be serious enough when they take a shower.
First of all, let's call it what it is. Let's call it what it is.
Dumb motherfuckers.
Let's call it what it is. Niggas out here flossing their ass with paper thin thongs, trying to talk tough. That's the problem.
And
First of
then
all,
sniffing it. And then sniffing it after they floss it.
you
They sniffing
are
their own
addressing.
what?
You trying to address a situation. For number one, let's be real. Ain't nobody ask you nothing, old Tisha. You ain't on nobody's general anything board, but the dummies.
That boy locked
And nobody in Atlanta Falcons come and console you or consult you on your opinion on what you've been wrong all day long. You got to be tired. I mean, even animals take naps. You know what I'm saying? Germs take naps.
Boy, you don't see.
You know what I'm saying? Even diseases take naps. You got to be tired. You got to be tired. And the problem is these fans in this fan base want attention for nothing. Ain't nobody else for nothing. You probably irritate yourself.
You know what I wonder, y'all? I wonder if these motherfuckers wake up and say, what is the most dumbest shit I can do or say today?
You
You know
know
what?
what? I
I'm
would
gonna
really love
get.
to be stupid because it must be a wonderful place
Yeah,
to not have to use any part of my brain at all, but the bare essentials to keep me alive. That must be a
listen, if
fun
I try
place.
to understand stupid, does that make me stupid?
No, that gives you a headache, that gives you a migraine, high blood pressure, and probably a stroke. Don't do it. Don't do it. I wouldn't recommend it.
The answer is yes. That makes me stupid because if I'm willing if I'm willing to risk my health, that's a form of stupidity. But man, listen, y'all. As fans, we all exemplify some type of emotion. I just gave y'all a whole lot of emotion. But if you want to type emotionally, make sure make sure you Google a little bit. Just Google. Make sure you come with some facts. At least give
Uh,
me some emotional facts. Don't give me no emotional unsolicited ass opinion and then when somebody call you a dumbass, now you want to get even more emotional and then say some dumb shit. Now next thing you know, you walking out to your backyard and you got to clean up baloney wrappers.
cause the problem is they don't have unauto stupid on the phone like they got autocorrect. You can't type into something the phone say no, that don't make sense. They don't have that right now.
Motherfuckers.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Verizon, T-Mobile, and Metro don't got that. That
Hey,
is not in anybody's plan.
Right,
hey, hey,
right,
one,
right.
one.
Yo,
You know that milk dud ain't working.
Huh?
look, but no. You know what the new epidemic is. See, you got people around here now injecting cocoa puffs and raw milk into their veins because that's the problem. That's the problem. Y'all went from sniffing it to injecting it now.
Oh, you know what? I tried sniffing some cereal and I'll stock up for a week because that didn't work.
Did you try
Okay.
to pour water up your
Uh,
nose?
no, no,
Yeah,
no,
that,
no, no, no.
what
We
you
Okay,
are
doing?
moving to the
okay,
next
Sam.
topic.
Okay,
We're
okay,
moving to the next topic.
okay.
We're,
I'm gonna behave. I'm gonna
no,
behave. I'm
no.
gonna behave. I'm gonna
We're
behave.
moving to the next topic. The Falcons draft. Um, as of the aforementioned Javon Walker, um, we made some notable picks, some notable moves. Um,
Hmm.
I know if you all tuned in over the weekend, you heard our different assertions and thoughts and whatnot.
Can I go?
Give
On,
it
can I
now
go on this one,
to
OG? Can I go first? Cause I gotta go talk to my probation officer. Uh, uh, okay, okay. I'm gonna behave. I'm gonna behave. I ain't gonna act up no more. I ain't gonna act up no more. I promise you. I ain't gonna act up no more. I ain't gonna act up
the
no more.
the lead, the lead into this topic would be, what is your top point and thought of this year's draft by the Atlanta Falcons?
Okay. First of all, they hit a home run, and here's why I say this. All right. First of all, you address needs. I'm talking about all the way from pick one to pick because we wound up having 6 picks, right?
Yeah.
Wound up
Yeah.
from pick one to pick six, you address the need. You double down it. You double down the edge. You double down the safety. You got a corner because we cornerback depth, and we got an old tackle. And we come. Guess what? A guy who's a natural left tackle. Guess who's long in the tooth on that old line? Our left tackle. So you address needs. Okay, okay. Yes, you can give a draft grade before the guys put on a uniform. So I gave him an A. Now I gotta go here because I gotta go, y'all. Some overly smart dumb motherfuckers said they gave us a C plus. Okay,
Yep. And
all
got
right,
roasted.
okay. The reasoning I heard why we got a C plus make me make, make me want to go get me a 12-ounce glass of Clorox and put some fentanyl in it.
See that part.
Now that's
The
spicy.
reason the reason that I heard that he gave us a C plus. He said he like all the picks, but because we spent next year's first round to get better in this draft, he gave this draft a C plus because we used next year's first round pick. when that lets you know that there's a such thing as mental health, and then there's a such thing as mentally unhealthy, I don't know what to tell you. You gave this year's draft a C+ because we used a pick from next year's draft to get better in this year's motherfucking draft. I swear to God, I feel like getting my pistol and firing off about 17 shots. Now I'm done.
Yeah, I saw that early this morning, and first of all, he should know better because he been talking about the Falcons probably since he had a full head of black hair and probably a whole nose on his face because he's missing part of it. Sir, if that's what you're worried about, you might well sit this season out and don't sit up here, and report nothing else. Nothing else.
So you know it's already.
Don't report nothing else. Cause why are you here? What do we need you for? You breathing up precious air for no reason. Why? Why? You ain't been for this team for the longest time. And you just the more they try to better themselves, the more you pop that thong and let them know. I don't understand it, and I'm not trying to, but I know they dog walked you on X with no leash, and I'm sorry to say it. No, I'm not. I applaud them. See, the problem is when the Falcons do something y'all want, y'all got a problem. When the Falcons don't do something y'all want, y'all got a problem. When the Falcons say they're the Falcons, y'all have a problem. But I guarantee you one thing, y'all gonna watch. Y'all gonna clap. Y'all gonna put your little pink and purple thongs on with the little ruffles, and y'all gonna twerk right in them seats. That's what you're gonna do. Hate it or not. This draft class right here was impeccable.
And we've had a couple of those. Even though a lot of you all don't like to give Fontenot his due on his draft class, you try to pick holes in it. He has hit 80% more than he has missed. Okay, and that's just the real of it. The optimum right here, which we spoke about when the season ended. Our personnel situation is not as bad as a lot of you all make it out to be. You got a lot of guys that did not play last year, young guys. Two of which that were hurt. All right, you have an optimal amount of talent that you all do not like to admit to, and now, okay, my optimal point about this draft. Hitting on the two safeties, because both of those guys are Swiss Army knives. You can play them at every defensive back position, and one of them you can even let play a little linebacker. Okay, so when we here's where I'm hoping that Homer don't have a moment in this upcoming season when it comes to the defense. If your homeboy who you brought back here, and if he's gonna be able to exert what he thinks as a scheme and his philosophy, because the linebacker room is loaded. He has a lot to play with, and he's good at developing linebackers. But from a defensive scheme and what we brought in, you know what I'm saying, all together, I'm trying to give both of these gentlemen some optimism and benefits of the doubt going forward. I'm really trying to, because it is absolutely entirely too much talent here to fuck up.
Yep.
All right, and now Bill Belichick said it best. No amount of talent overcomes bad coaching.
Yep.
That part right there. Not when you
Okay.
got players. Not when you got players that mirror Jesse Bates. Not when you got players on like OG said that could be the stand-in for a Caleb McGarry or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Not when you got a multifaceted set of guys where now it's going to really make it hard for them to do that short pass.
Ice cream man out here got sodas. I only brought
Uh,
two, but that's all.
uh,
True, what is you
truth,
doing?
truth. Mute you and cuz.
Okay. I'm about to mute.
Hey,
Yeah.
can I address the draft right quick?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to tee you up.
Okay.
Truth and his cousin over there.
Like I said, all right.
Go ahead. Go ahead, young knight.
So I gave this. I would say I gave this whole draft A plus. And I remember one of y'all said. One of y'all said, right? You said, "Do not be surprised if we take the offensive tackle in this draft," right?
Yeah.
Got one. So this draft tells there's going to be a lot of competition on this team. I'm just gonna say that.
Mm-hmm.
So if a lot of these guys' favorite players don't make it, then don't be shocked.
Well, that is the back half of it. See, because a lot of people are looking at who we drafted, and the draft is only the beginning. See, where you see glimpses of what your coaching is going to be like in the season is training. Training camp let you, because that's where the little nuances, that's where they begin.
Yeah. So
that's where they begin. See, if you
see all the intents and all this stuff, huh?
Yeah. Because like I said, the last time we went to practice and everything and watch, that's where you get to see if he gonna have the DBs too far off the line of scrimmage, or if he gonna have, because you play like you practice.
Yep, agreed.
You play like you practice.
Mm-hmm. Now, real quick before we, keep extending this conversation. I want to say,
Okay. My bad, y'all. I had to mute myself. My probation officer showed up. He just gave me an immediate P test. So I probably won't be on the show. I probably won't be on the show for about another 6 months. So let me go on and get. Cause my piss dirtier than Nile River. So
I mean, you crushed the coffee black, so that's to be expected.
You know what? So what you trying to say? This man, did you trying to say this man? You know what? I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not doing it.
He make a skid mark. He's so black, he make a skid mark look white.
You know what? I'm not going.
all y'all light skin, all y'all light skin nigga love to hate on us. Don't get mad. Don't get mad at me because Master dipped a little bit more in y'all ancestors than he dipped in mine.
Listen.
Hey,
I
man,
got that.
I ate good inside the house instead of burning up in the sun, motherfucker.
Hey, wait a minute now. I am Caribbean toasted. I don't know what y'all talking about. I am Caribbean toasted.
Yeah. God doggone it. You ain't gonna keep this dissertation and coloration my lighter fraction. Be that as it may, I want to say hello to everybody in the chat.
Goodbye, y'all. I gotta go. I gotta go. My probation's on the way back. He probably about to lock me up. So
all right.
Sam, if you get a collect call, you already know what about. Okay, I gotta go.
I put something on your book.
Yeah.
Sonya, hey, Brian Peoples, 6 Man, K Styles, what's up, Millie Mills, William Amy, good to see you. King Richard, what's going on? JB1, what's happening? Brian Peoples, Auntie, hey. She said this damn draft class better be good. My season tickets up this year. You ain't right, Auntie. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I would say what's happening to everybody in the chat. I appreciate everybody coming in the chat, you know what I'm saying? Chilling, talking, dialogue, and all that. The 19 eyes that are on this stream right now, hit that like button for me, if you will, please. Please hit that like button. And if you like what you're listening to, if you're into what you're listening to, hit that subscribe button. I'm at 252 right now. I'm on a mission to get to 500. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to have that, you know what I'm saying, after this upcoming season. So hit that subscribe button. And if you like what you listen to, tell a friend. Tell them to tune in. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully they'll like what they're listening to or watching, you know what I'm saying, themselves. I'm just saying, you know, show a brother some love and I show it right back with this good content. You know, that's what we do. You know, on Hold
Yes,
Your
sir.
Lines. We give y'all this good stuff. We give it to you uncut, raw, off the dome. Nothing's rehearsed. No,
Nope.
no. The comedy you get right here is live and direct off the dome. The entertainment you get right here is live and direct off the dome. The information that you get right here is live and direct off the dome. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're able to do what we do in the off season. Unlike others, you know what I'm saying, who seem to tail off, fall off, disappear. No, we stay with you year round. You know what I'm saying? Not just football. You know what I'm saying? We try to give you some baseball, we give you some basketball, you know what I'm saying? You know, some boxing, some wrestling, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, if you know, got your eyes on this stream, man, hit that like button for me. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. Please and thank you. You know what I'm saying? But you know, back to the topic at hand, this Falcons draft.
Oh, yo,
My
I want to get something off my chest right quick.
well, okay, we'll go right ahead then.
Okay, so let me ask y'all this: do y'all take D-Lad seriously?
Nope.
Okay, I just want to make that show. Okay.
Well, here's the double-edged sword about D-Led. Right, he does. He says some stupid shit a lot of times. He says some unwarranted shit a lot of times. But if he's reporting something out of Flowery Branch, we know it. We can take it as gold. That's the one good thing that goes for D-Led. But other than that, he's a bona fide asshole.
Uh-huh.
He's a
Yeah.
dickhead.
Yeah. Missing the nose.
He is. He is. He is. No doubt about that.
And
But
of course, this fucker would give us a C in the down draft.
But see that's gonna bite him in the ass because then he gonna have to recant based on who flourishes and you know what draft picks flourish. And mind you now, those are the drafted. We still got a nice undrafted free agent class. Plus we got, you know, the camp invite. So trust me, people, this 90 man roster that's going in, that's got to be knocked down to like 53. There are going to be some big surprises come training camp.
mm, uh, yeah, there is. I'd like to focus on the two safeties and the receiver that we drafted.
Mm.
Now we did as far as the first seven. You know what I'm saying? Those our first two picks. They're those are day one starters right there. Them first two, they day one starters. That's just putting that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, but these two safeties, both of them are Swiss Army knives. Watts being the bigger name of the two, I think he would be the one that I would drop down in a linebacker position against the run to protect against the pass.
I'm glad you said that, Sam. Keep going.
You know what I'm saying? And then the young man from Oklahoma,
Billy Bowman.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's a slot. He's a nickel. He's a safety. Uh, he's a dime middle linebacker. And there's a lot that they're going to be able to do with these two young men.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to, you know what I'm saying, mixing and matching and formation personnel in certain situations. There's going to be a lot that they could do with these two young men. To so much so that it's whoo,
Can I
not
say
even
it?
fair. It's not even fair, but we may lose Hitman.
Well,
We
the
may lose
thing,
Hitman.
the, the, the thing is, Sam, we're, how you say, solving a problem that we've
Hmm.
had. And we were looking at, and I was speaking about this with the fellas earlier. The biggest problem with us, with our guys being so far off the line of scrimmage, was it's hard to cover a man when you have to go to him and then keep step with him. But what teams were doing is when we took our foot off their neck, they started to dink and dunk us down the field. The teams that were good at passing, they were doing quick passes across the
Can I
middle.
play? Can I play devil advocate on that right that little bit right there?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, and we saw that a lot, but also here's the problem where I think you and I both had with Raheem. And I think what was the saying you had about not managing your personnel? Go ahead.
Yeah. Had him in
Yeah,
the wrong
okay.
position, mismanagement.
Well, and then you had that, and then you add into the fact that you didn't have the right type of
Mm-hmm.
personnel for a
Mm-hmm.
lot of situations. And
Right.
then you try to mix and match and create something against the grain. I saw that a lot, and you know what I'm saying. And going back to that, just trying to play devil advocate, given the fact that he brought in a lot and answered a lot of personnel type questions with this draft. Do you think in those same situations coming up this season, the results will be different?
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say yeah, if you utilize who you have in their right positions. Because
Yeah.
remember now, because they were doing the twofold. Some teams was dinking and dunking us with the passes. Other teams were running through us because we were too spread out. When I'm gonna tell y'all, go back and look at some of those games. Go back and watch that Washington game where we had Jaden Daniels' head on a swivel. He didn't know what was going on. You had the cornerbacks, you had some of the safeties coming up on the line of scrimmage, taking away them gaps where they could just run right through. When we got comfortable enough, when we looked like, okay, we got this man off his square, we stopped doing it. They went back. You had gap. They were shooting A gap and B gap was an interstate. It
Hey,
was
hey,
an
look,
interstate.
we got linebackers now that can cover.
Yes. Yes.
That when you take away a lot of possessions where teams were getting on second and third downs, you know what I'm saying, 5 and 6 yards because outside of Caden Ellis, we didn't have linebackers that could cover, or Raheem didn't trust what we had, or we had guys that were hurt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. That
Okay,
was one of the biggest problems.
now we got a few linebackers that can cover now. If it unfolds like we're hoping it unfolds, and I'm just saying, if Trice
Yeah.
is what he is when we drafted him coming off this injury, oh my God.
And I'm glad you said that. See, because now what you're getting ready to see is you'll have Caden in his proper position. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna throw Judon in there, just you know what I'm saying, just for a reference, because when you seen him and Judon do their thing, they got to the quarterback. A lot of times you're gonna have Jesse Bates roaming.
Uh-huh.
Jesse Bates roams close to the line of scrimmage. He tells you completely. I look at the eyes of the quarterback. It's not too many quarterbacks that can look him off. So he jumps right. Him being that close, he's gonna jump right. Guess what? He ain't got to worry about covering.
So that
Because remember, a good portion of the time, he was helping out who? The guy we just let go.
Justin Simmons.
Yes, he was covering for him. He couldn't roam because he had to cover him. This is what we talk about. This is why we say defense is very finicky. you got to know what your dude next to you and the dude next to him is doing. Because if I can't roam and watch the quarterback and cover you, so now you get people like Trice.
Yeah.
That frees up guys. Guess what now? The blitzes are disrespectful.
You're going to have guys like Malone being able to get more exposure. Evan Ketty gets more free. Or, a healthy Rororo. Zach Harrison, I think is going to be the one that blows up. I think Zach is going to blow up from this and having this addition of talent and guys being able to be in their natural settings and natural spots.
Mm-hmm.
So what scheme are we gonna run, y'all?
With Albright, I know he with his linebacker background, I know there's going to be a lot of 4-6 nickel and 3-4.
Yeah.
And then with the what we have, which is what I think it's probably going to be the rotation 8 up front. We're probably going to go 4-3 most times on first down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, first down, you really want to set that precedence to get pressure on the quarterback. Why? Because you want to throw off his timing.
Mm-hmm.
Them first 2 downs, you throw off his timing. Third down, he's gonna panic because most times they panic around third down if you got them off their square. The thing we were doing though, because the thing we were doing is you may get a first down, you may get a second down. That third down was horrendous. Why? Because by that time we had already spread out. You ain't got to do that now. And see what he was trying to do, and I told people this last season, what he was trying to do was trying to recreate a little portion of the LA Rams. He wanted it to make kind of like the defense to make it easy where you got the big dudes up front that can collapse the pocket and then the guy can play off just in case the quarterback gets out or throws it. You don't need that right now. Because all three levels, they can't throw deep without being worried about Jesse Bates picking it off. If you got AJ in coverage, as long as he's with his man, that ball's gonna get knocked down. You got what is it? You got what is it? Hughes on the other side, right? So now you worried about So now you got to contend with the front and the linebacker room. Linebacker room gonna be disrespectful because sideline to sideline. Now you can cover sideline to sideline very easily. So now them 9 to 11 yard chunks they was taking out of us, that's non-existent.
So what did I tell you about guys like Troy Anderson and Bertrand? Guys like those.
Well, a healthy T1000 is a top middle line. Is a top 3 middle linebacker in this league.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. The thing is, I'm hoping for an injury-free season with him.
Yeah.
Okay. That's been the thing. Because not only is he a great middle linebacker, all right, he's a special teams ace.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Him on punt coverage is like no other.
Right.
All right. He exacts, 2 phases on this team. That's why I'm a steady defender of Troy Anderson. Because he is a talent. If the football gods could bless him with a injury-free season, Lord have mercy.
But the thing, you know what, too, though? If you noticed, a lot of the times when Troy Anderson got injured, it's because he was the linebacker's bell cow. This is what I've been saying. About our defense. Notice when we had the rotation on defense, and I'm going back to the year we had Calais Campbell, we had a rotation on defense where we had a fresh set of guys on every down, in every quarter. when the Falcons have a fresh set of guys on defense the whole game, it's difficult. It's difficult to win against them. So when you got guys like Troy Anderson that has to play, and then he's trying to use his speed to cover, or it's hard when you don't have somebody else helping him, especially when we had injuries. When Troy can do it when Troy can play and know he got somebody else to help him out, it's disrespectfully fun. But you wear your best players down when they got to cover, or they got to watch the man beside them because they're like, all right, I know this dude can't cover.
All right. So all the safety drafts, that tells you, what does that tell you about Simmons, that he ain't coming back?
Well, his age, most notably his age, would be the reason. And us hitting where we hit on safeties, no room. You know what I'm saying? I like him. He did make some plays. Okay, he did, and his experience, his knowledge of you know what I'm saying, of offenses and settings and keys and things like that is is invaluable. You know what I'm saying? But with what we did in the draft, it is, how are you gonna run your personnel on the back end? What are you gonna? I mean, because if we what are we gonna carry 4 safeties?
That you know what, I would say
or are we gonna carry 5? Okay. Are we gonna carry 4 corners, or are we gonna carry 5 corners? How you gonna run it?
Well, you know what, Sam? Because a lot of the few guys that's in the draft, and we got to, mind you, we got to keep in mind undrafted free agency. A lot of them safeties could be converted to linebackers if needed. So you may see 5 safeties. You might, because one of we draft can be converted to a safety. That's the thing, and I look at it like this: the more flexible this defense is, the better. Especially in the middle. The more flexible we are, that benefits us when we go against, offensive coordinators that have had our number. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it does even better, especially when you play in your own division.
So what you're saying is, you bet you don't need Judon back either, do you?
That's why the thing. I'm gonna tell you like this: pay attention between now and the end of training camp, because you don't know who from the undrafted free agency is going to shine. You don't know which of the ones that we drafted are going to shine like that either. So you want to. I got to wait and see attitude about this right now, because again, like Sam said earlier, we got guys that have not played.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they've been on the team a season, but you're still newly introducing a lot of guys into the defense.
Right.
So you don't know what you're gonna get across the board. You got you pretty much got a couple of players, okay, we know what you did. But the rest of them, we don't know.
Yeah, because there's still a kind of sort of wait and see attitude about Bertrand, because he got hurt. He got hurt. I was high on him. I'm just saying, there's a lot of talent in the linebacker room with it. So I know there may be just one, and maybe one man. It depends what we talking about as far as depth in the linebacker room. What are we talking? 6? 6 or 8?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're carrying what? 2 middle linebackers and what? 6 outside?
And
Okay,
the
that's 8.
And the thing is, as far as confidence, we got a guy that was a former linebacker dealing with linebackers.
Right. He's developed a lot of linebackers. All right, that's my given optimism because he's developed a lot of linebackers. So it's stand the reason that okay, whatever scheme that he would be working to exact would be linebacker base. That's why I'm thinking 3-4, 46.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, something to that effect, something like that. In his scheme thinking.
Yeah.
But we're gonna know to start. If we start with a nickel or 4-3 base, we're gonna know that Raheem is running this damn defense.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna know that off the rip. We're gonna know that off the rip because I saw on the staff in New York with the Jets. You know what I'm saying? Albright was up there. That defense did a lot of 3-4, 4-6, nickel, flat dime, 3-4 flat, or over. So I know what I'm looking for. I know what I'm looking for. No, we start this season. You pay attention. Even in training, preseason, we gonna know. We gonna know. We gonna know from the
you gonna know in
basics.
training camp. You gonna know in training camp.
Yep.
This is where y'all. This is where we talk about y'all doing y'all homework. Y'all should go to these training camps. Training camp gonna tell you because guess what? You gonna practice what you gonna play in preseason and the regular season. You gonna see they're going to have it to where we gonna see what they can get away with. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. That's where you're gonna see it at. That's why I'm looking to see where it starts because that's going to tell me, okay, like Sam said, if they're gonna run that, well, you see what they're doing.
Yep. Now, offensively, the tackle that was too. I maintained. Yeah, we're gonna do it like defensively, but we're gonna get a tackle in the receiving. And that's exactly what we did. Now, this kid Nash.
Ooh, bruh.
This kid Nash. Okay. It's gonna be interesting. His size and hands are a glaring point to me.
Well, what to tell them what the size of hands is, Sam, because they ain't understanding.
His size, he's your prototypical. He gives me an Andre Johnson feel. Okay, and he's physical at the point of the catch, and he has those soft hands. He catches the ball in the radius. He catches it close to a body. You know, he made all type of catches.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a red zone asset. I think he's going to be a short yardage, you know what I'm saying, asset, you know, on them 3rd and 6s, 3rd and 5s, you know, inside the red zone type, you know what I'm saying, type situations. And then his off his background being a former quarterback as well. Yeah, I think this kid's going to be an asset.
He was wide receiver, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a wide receiver. He was a former quarterback.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. Remember, Ray McLeod that was Kirk's boy. And I know Mike said it. Mike said when you get a quarterbacks like to have their wide receiver. Their wide receiver. Every quarterback, remember now, every quarterback has their favorite receiver, be it tight end, be it wide receiver, whatever. That might be, depending on based on what Sam is saying, that might be Junebug's wide receiver.
Yeah.
Because he's already made it a point, an adamant point to get on par with Pitts, which is his tight end. Okay. He's already got Drake. He already knows what he got in Tyler and Bijan. He already know what he got in Darnell Mooney. But that kid right there may be his wide receiver.
And don't forget this too, y'all. He has the most touchdowns coming out of the slot.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. See the one thing I've been noticing across the NFC South, they're trying to now double weapons so they can have a rotation like we got.
What's good, Mike?
What up, Mike?
Get your ass in him.
Yeah,
Get your ass in him.
they're trying to make sure that because Panthers doing it right now. Trying to make sure they got another weapon for Bryce so he not holding the ball. And see, Penix is dangerous because he don't care who he throw it to. If you open, he gonna throw it to you.
Don't forget Hodge too.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget about the Darren Hodge now.
And then we just signed another tight end, big body tight end.
Was it Smith? Somebody from South Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he a freight. And let me tell you, he's a freight train. He is a freight train. And looking at the film, once he catch it, if you not stopping him at that point, he taking it to the house. He's a freight train. That's a big boy.
Kind of like Metatron, huh?
See, here's where I feel that Zach Robinson won the draft with just, you know what I'm saying, 2 in the house picks and killing it in the supplementary, because that tight end pickup, that tight end pickup was nasty.
Yes,
That's nasty work. That's nasty work. And the Nash.
Yes.
Nash is this is just me. Nash is top 5 sleeper.
Yeah, like I told y'all, I mean,
He's a top 5 sleeper to me because okay, his size. You got him and Drake in the red zone,
and then you got Pitts and the other cat.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Don't think Warner and Dwelly don't get no snap, don't get no catches either.
Oh, look, but see, here again, it's a rotation. I've been saying it all last season. Our offense has a rotation. So whatever defense you try to throw at it, they have somebody for that. It's a rotation.
Yeah.
It's a rotation.
This motherfucker talking to me like I'm some type of hoe or something. Damn, motherfucker. At least I'm gonna be a hoe, nigga. Can you give me some baby oil? Can you rub me down first? I had some leftover jokes from the other day. That's all. Y'all.
What up, Mike?
I was just speaking. We're gonna give a small little coaching the quarterback little segment right here. Given the addition of this old tackle and the tight end and the receiver, what is your complex mindset of the possibilities of Michael Penix going forward with his offensive Zach Robinson?
Well, I can't explain. I'm going in depth when we go on the show in about 15 minutes anyway. But Michael Penix has everything with the. If you see just the from his release to the types of receivers that he likes to throw to, like all of those are like kind of like a dyad in the force, if you will. Like, one, understand that So
Mm-hmm.
basically, what that means is like, all right, it's two sides to Michael. It's two sides to Michael Penix. It's when teams try to get physical with him, we can get physical. When teams try to get finesse with him, you know what I'm saying? Like we can finesse game. So everything that we doing, we have a response for everything. That's why you got guys like Nash. When they try to get soft with us, we can hit them with Nash. We can hit them with Drake. We can hit them with Kyle. We can hit them with Tyler Allshier. We can get physical. And then when we want to get soft, you know what I'm saying? We can get the ball out of our hands and use guys like Dunham Mooney and Bijan Robinson. And hell, we can even use Michael Penix in it. So it's kind of the dyad and force. It's two people that's of different types of it's two people with different point of views and different types of things. So that's what the dyad and the force for you Star Wars fans. It's the
Mm-hmm.
positive, it's the negatives,
Yes,
it's
again.
the evil and it's the good. So that's what this offense. If you look at the offense, what we're trying to create, it's like a dyad and a force. We could adjust to anything,
Mhm.
and it's going to be good for us.
Mm-hmm.
Who
That's
got a
that
little
balance.
dialogue on Quincy Skinner?
Yeah, yeah.
The Skinner is a ball, man. I haven't seen much of him just yet. And I got about 15 minutes to do that. But from what I understand, when I've seen him, he was a playmaker at Vandy. So in the small on the small portion, what I've seen him, like again, all of this is experimental. He's
Mm-hmm.
going to get his wide receiver. Right now, they're just trying to figure out the types of receivers that he likes to throw to. And once one of these guys end up going off, that right there is going to be the blueprint of what these guys. So this all of this is an experiment with Terry and Raheem and all those guys trying to figure out the types of receivers that's best because I was telling them earlier today about his release points. Different quarterbacks have different types of release points. So it um you can't throw the same type of receivers out there. For example, like a Tom Brady. Tom Brady has a high release point, but it comes out at a above his head and it comes down to like so you can kind of cradle it with your body. With Michael Penix, his release point is kind of like Michael Vick. It comes at you really hard and really fast, and he'll break your fucking fingers if you're not paying attention to it. So you got to have different types of receivers for different types of quarterbacks and their arm angles and all that type of stuff.
Mhm.
So this is advanced. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying, but like this is advanced part of scouting that a lot of people think they know. And these people out here, oh, this guy he's a nice prospect. Well, yeah, he's a nice prospect, but he may not be good for that quarterback that they have on the roster. And that's what you got to figure out before you start spending first round, second round, third rounders on people because you going in there trying to put these guys together and they don't fit in those holes. All right, it's like trying to put a round peg in a square. It don't work.
Mhm.
No,
And,
it
and
don't.
and for y'all in the back that don't understand layman's terms, Mike is talking about body mechanics.
All of that goes into the types of receivers. That's why a guy like Julio Jones and Roddy White fit perfectly with Matt Ryan's because Matt Ryan, he's one of them type of quarterbacks like a Drew Brees, a Peyton Manning, all those guys' mechanics is friendly to the receivers. All the mechanics are friendly. Release points are friendly to the receiver because it comes out and it comes out accurately. It comes out on time and it comes out like because like playing with a guy like Michael Vick, there's only certain guys that can play with Algie Crumpler. Everybody's like Algie Crumpler ain't that great. Tight end, he probably wasn't for everybody, but you put a Brian Finnery. Brian Finnery was another one of those guys that could play with Vic because he knew how to catch Vic's passes. So that's the same thing. Like the science of the quarterback and receiver position is really something remarkable when you really break it down because everybody thinks you can just put anything out there and it work with a quarterback, and that's not true.
Yep. Yep. Because a lot of your passes are either bullets or floaters, depending on the only time they change up is when you're doing the short passes or over the middle. Then it's just about making sure that the defensive line can't bat it down. But most of the time they either bullets or floaters. So you got to have the right receiver. You got to know your receivers well enough to know which ball you can throw to.
Mm-hmm. And
Well,
like I said, for me saying before we kind of close it out, like my brother, my brother's 6'7", 245 pounds. And what I used to do with him, I used to always, when he goes out to out routes, I always used to throw it at his head where his arms could be. So it's no effort for him. You know what I'm saying? Like if I threw it low, him being so tall, that right there is much more of an effort throw for a guy that big. These are the things, the subtle things at quarterback that you got to know because a small guy throwing it to a ground, shit, he's already halfway down there. But a motherfucker 6'7", you try to throw that shit around, he gonna end up kicking that motherfucker like a soccer ball because he ain't hitting that big ass on no damn ground.
right.
Like
Right.
these are things that you have to understand and as a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and we got about 6 minutes. Want everybody to give their closing thoughts, and we can close this thing on out and get on over to the fellas who get ready to jump it off. Y'all night, give us your closing thoughts.
Okay, all I gotta say is stay tuned for training camp. That's all I gotta say.
Keep it simple and exact.
Yep.
Yep.
Uh, Senator, but now, Juan, go ahead and get yours, and we're gonna let what I'm saying, Mike give a little something, what I'm saying, cashing it off, what I'm saying, to him and the fellas, and I'll shut it down.
All I got is I'm in wait and see mode and stay tuned. That's all you can do at this point.
Right.
Well, y'all about to hear me go on a rant in the first 5 minutes because I got a major problem with some of these fans, but mostly I have a problem with these analysts that went out their way to try to tell us that we're not aggressive, and then we aggressive, and then you fucking ass pussy back bitches got a fucking nerve to say y'all was too aggressive. Y'all shouldn't be like, what the fuck, man? So yeah, that really pissed me off. So I'm gonna have to go in the garage and scream because I can't do it on my own. My sister next door, literally in the next room. So I'm gonna go downstairs and scream all I want to in the garage.
And I will be listening to your show, sir.
Now, ladies and gentlemen,
Look, I'll be
ladies and
listening
gentlemen,
until it's time to jump in.
you're about to hear on steroid mode that the NFL has a goddamn conflicted agenda about the Atlanta Falcons, but you're gonna hear it from a caveman perspective, and it's coming. Y'all better tune in. Hey, man, y'all better tune in. Look, hey, all the 20 eyes that are tuned into this stream, hit that like button for me. You know what I'm saying? You like what you're listening to, or you like what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? If you like it that well, tell a friend, tell them to tune in. If they like it, they, it's subscribe too. Just saying. Show me a little love, I show it right back by keep giving you this good content, man. Look, and at that point, we got to keep it A. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep it dirty. And most nobly, you got to keep it real with yourself. Let your next choice be your best choice, man. For the unholy alliance. We out, y'all.
Peace.
Later.